What's going on, everybody? Josh Callaway alongside James D. Jackson, Sooners Illustrated and 24/7 Sports at the stadium in Norman, where the 2025 season got kicked off on Saturday night. Oklahoma and Illinois State. Sooners win it 35-3 in the debut of John Mateer, the debut of Ben Arbuckle. Obviously, this new revamped Oklahoma offense. James, I mean, we knew coming in, right, like, how much are we going to really learn? I mean, it was hard to know. I mean, Illinois State's an FCS opponent. Granted, a pretty good one. I think they're probably better than Temple a year ago. Yeah. But, again, an FCS opponent. Like, how much are we going to really gather from this? It's funny. We were just talking about it before we started recording. I feel like asking kind of just people around, whether it's OU people or other media, just kind of chit-chatting. I don't know if anybody really knows what to make of it. It was some good, some not as good. Defense was great, but overall, I mean, they won 35-3, but there, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, there was a lot of good things. We'll get into it, but overall, kind of just, I don't know. How are you feeling about it? Like, was this a good game? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mixed bag. That's exactly how it should be pointed out. I mean, it was just, there were some good things like the passing yardage. Oklahoma has a various amount of passing options now. Out receivers on the outside, Jaren Koenig on the tight end is going phenomenal. So it's like that looks a lot better than last season. The run game, though, wasn't where it should have been, I feel like. Going against an FCS opponent, you would think that Oklahoma's offensive line would kind of, dominate that matchup. I don't think they did that in this one. And so you saw the running backs get a little difficult there for them. Overall, Torrey Blaylock looked good for what he could do, but what was it, 39 rushing yards for him and as the leading rusher? So it's there for me overall. Just a mixed bag. Defense looked great. For sure. 37 yards in the second half total for Illinois State. So there's just so many different things you can look at in this one. So just not really sure what to make of it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, decisive win. It was never in doubt or anything. Let's go to the offense here. Let's dive into that, because obviously that's the question mark coming in. That's what everyone wanted to see. Everyone wanted to see John Mateer play. Everyone wanted to see this offense get out there for Ben Arbuckle for the first time. It was pretty bland. Brent Venables said himself, pretty vanilla. Wasn't like a ton of creativity. I think that was probably by choice, offensively, certainly when you have Michigan coming in here next weekend. You still would like to run the ball a lot better than they did. That's the worrisome part. On the other end of the spectrum, the positive part, John Mateer was great. 392 yards for John Mateer, an OU record in his debut. He broke Baker Mayfield's record. Of course, the guys, he gets compared to him all offseason, and then he goes and breaks his record in the first game. I thought John Mateer was awesome. He had the one interception. He wasn't perfect. He had a couple misses, but overall, I mean, 37, I think it was, almost 400 yards. I mean, not a lot of complaints. He also ran for a touchdown in this game. And then with that, I thought the offensive line pass blocked fine. I mean, there was one sack today, and even that was kind of an extended play. John Mateer had clean pockets to work with, I thought, for the most part. But like you said, couldn't run the ball. Javonte Barnes couldn't get anything going. We didn't really see Jay Knott, very, very little. Torrey Blaylock had some nice spurts. Xavier Robinson never really got much going. That's probably the one thing coming out of this game offensively that would worry you, because Jaren Koenig made plays. Deion Burks made plays. Keontez Lewis made plays. I thought Isaiah Satania showed a little juice. Mateer certainly looked good. But the run game was kind of a non-factor tonight. And does it matter? Is that just a product of the play calling? Is that going to, that will be sorted out in time. But for now, it's going to be a question mark going into next week. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, Brent Venables said this offense looks more like 2023 when he asked him in fall camp. That's pretty much what he said. We're back to the point where we're complaining about the run game, and you and I. That's right. What we're seeing now, because they look good everywhere else on offense. Just the run game wasn't there, and it's confusing because they have such a good running back room. It's like, okay, it has to be the offensive line, which dealt with many injuries going into the game already. So Brent Venables talked about it. They didn't have all their offensive linemen, pretty much available for this game, and so that changes things obviously. But you want to see a little bit better there. You want to see a little bit better overall. Mateer was great. I mean, you can't pretty much ask for a better start than that overall. I mean, it was best in Oklahoma history, which is saying a lot. I mean, that's saying a lot for a quarterback.
And he could have been better. Yeah. Like, it really felt like he left some things on the table, and he's still almost 400 yards. And
Keontez Lewis, Emmett Jones talked about him, Oklahoma's wide receiver coach. He compared him to a lot of great guys, and we were like, I don't know, I haven't really seen that yet. And he put it on tape today. I mean, that was really good. He had a couple of catches, against a defensive pass interference. It was a competitive catch. He wasn't even open. He just made himself open and caught that pass. And then he got 2 touchdowns and just looked down the field. It was great for him overall. Really like what I've seen out of him. He has a lot of confidence, and that helps when you already have a guy like Deion Burks on the other side of the field. Now you have all these weapons you can throw to. It looks good passing the ball for Oklahoma this season so far, I think.
No, a good start. I agree for the wide, and you're going to get Giovanni Gibson back. It helps too. I mean, Jaren Kanak, man. I mean, he had the fumble earlier, which everyone was like, "Oh my God," But he bounced back. He was good. I thought Jaren Kanak showed that he can be a legitimate weapon, which the guy was a linebacker 9 months ago. It's kind of insane that this is just our reality. Jaren Kanak is just a starting tight end, and he's a pretty good one at that. And again, I thought Mateer was great. I really don't have a lot of complaints. Again, he had the interception. He had the deep ball where I think he was just too juiced early in the game where he just launched it like 15 yards too far. But overall, he was good. He was throwing seeds all over the place. A lot to be excited about there, but definitely the run game. And again, I think it was pretty bland. It was vanilla. I mean, that's what Brent Venables said. It kept it basic, was how he termed it post game. But still, you want to see more push and more there. So, we'll give him a little grace, But I think it's also fair to be like, why couldn't we just, even if it is just a straight up dive up the middle, why can't we push and get some yardage that way? Because they really couldn't at all in this game. So good things offensively, but still certainly some fair questions moving forward. And it obviously gets much, much tougher with Michigan next week. Defensively, we know the defense is good. Yep. They dominated. The only field goal Illinois State got in this game was off of that Mateer interception. If not for that, they probably don't score in this game at all. Couple of sacks. Taylor Wine was good. He knocked Tommy Rittenhouse, Illinois State's quarterback, out of the game with a big hit off the edge. Peyton Bowen was good. Kip Lewis was all over the place. Almost Siegel led him in tackles. They only had about, I think, 151 yards of total offense, Illinois State. And that was a pretty good offensive program, granted at the FCS level, but a good offensive program. It was good defensively. I don't know, kind of same thing if we're really learning anything, because we knew the defense was good, but the defense came in and did what they were supposed to do. They dominated this game for the most part. Yeah,
they looked pretty good out there. It looked like it was a defense that returned a lot of starters. That's what it looked like out there. And they played great. Peyton Bowen coming back from his injury.
Peyton Bowen was good.
He was really good. That's the player that he wanted to be, and you could see that he was hampered by that injury last season. He looks really good out there now. The only gripe you could have about the defense was what they gave up in rushing yards.
Couple of busts.
Couple of busts. Yeah, I mean, so 123 yards total, in the rushing defense. That's something you want to watch, because Michigan coming in, it's a very good running team. I mean, that's just, historically, that's what they are. So want to see what they do with that. But overall, it was great defensively. Guys are everywhere. Talk about Cortland Guillory, who wanted to start early as a freshman. He got the opportunity, and he did excellent job. He did an excellent job. He had that one defensive pass interference, but he came right back on the next third down play and made the play. So it was really good from him, really good from a lot of guys out there. Kip Lewis, I mean, he's looking really good. He's like he's in midseason form right now. I mean, it's overall, it's been really good for them. I like the defensive performance in this one.
No doubt. Kendall Daniels, Reggie Powers. I mean, there's a lot of guys you can kind of go down the list that had an impact on this game. So David Stone, I thought, got in the backfield a couple times. He almost had a sack at one point in this game. He almost had another big TFL, I believe, if I remember correctly.
He got one with
I think he did, yeah. But he almost he was close to a couple more big plays. He just couldn't quite finish it, but obviously he was in position. So defensively, it was good. Like I said, I mean, we knew going in the defense is in a really good place, and they played pretty well. I know normally when we talk about busts, it's more of like a coverage thing, but yeah, they had a couple of runs where it's like it just, for whatever reason, it was like there was just nobody home. Very first drive of the game, right? It was 3rd and 13, and they ran for it and picked it up. That was not great, but again, overall, we're nitpicking because the defense is good, and they're going to have an opportunity next week against Michigan to try and really make a statement and give this offense some opportunities to try to get a lead and get a win next weekend. But that's where I want to kind of go next. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of time to talk about Michigan. We have the pod on Monday. We're going to wrap this game up. We'll have the game preview next week, obviously. But go ahead.
Can I shout out Isaiah Centennial right quick? Just for
he was good. He had a couple punt returns, too.
Man. He is phenomenal. He's
got juice.
It's a lot different when you got a guy that's for sure going to catch the ball and not have to worry about it. And so that helped out a lot. And then he returned the ball as well. So I'm like, it's already better just to have a guy that can sit there and catch it and not worry about fumbling it. Yeah. He's also returning the football, which is, it was phenomenal for OU, getting into good field position a couple of times there, just based off of what he could do. I think he's going to return one this year.
I'm with you. I think he's going to get one.
Yeah. I like what he's doing. So I wanted to ask Brent Venables about that, but didn't get my question in. But he looked good out there. So,
no, that's a great call. No, I thought special teams was good. They didn't attempt a field goal today, so you don't have that. But special teams, certainly was pretty solid. And yeah, I'm with you. Satania returning punts. He was close every time he returned it. It's like he almost he's going to get one. I'm with you. So what I was going to ask with Michigan next week, not really even specific to Michigan, but with what you saw today. We always going to end these with like a little bit of like a State of the Union. It's one game. It's Illinois State. From what you saw today, how are you feeling about this team going and beating a top 15 team next weekend? I mean, what do you better, worse, the same? I mean, again, we started this saying it, and it's true. We weren't sure what we were going to really learn, but I do feel like there were some definite positives, but some big question marks still loom. Where are you at with this team after seeing it for the first time? And obviously, now here we go. I mean, a top 20 game in this place. College game day's coming. It's the biggest game in America next weekend. It's going to be an absolute madhouse in here. Are they ready for it? Can they go win next week?
Yeah, I feel like the defense is always ready for these big games. Venables is really good at that. So, I like where the defense is going to be in that situation. The one question, like we've been talking about, is the offensive line. What are they going to do? They have some guys that have to come back and return, come back from injury and things like that. So can they put that together? If they do that, I think Oklahoma can hang with anybody in the country. I think overall, based on the talent they have throwing the football, the offensive line getting great. If the offensive line gets cohesive, that's the key for this team overall. I think because the defense is going to be good no matter what. I feel like going into the season. So I kind of feel the same as I felt before. If they actually had a great offensive line, I would be higher on them. So that's where I'm at with them.
I agree. I think you're coming out of this game feeling pretty good about most everywhere on the team except O-line. I really think that's fair. And again, they pass protected, I thought, fine. Again, 1 sack. And we're missing guys. You're hoping to get healthier and, kind of find the right pieces. But I think right now, if an OU fan said to me, I'm worried about our O-line against Michigan, I wouldn't push back. Yeah. I think that's totally fair. And then with that, the running game, were the running backs underperforming? And we didn't really see Ott today. So, does that make a difference just having because Torrey Blaylock made some plays, So, I'm not. It's one game, so it seems silly to be like they stink on offensive line. They can't run the ball. But it's fair to kind of question it right now. It's a definite concern, I think, moving into Michigan next weekend, and we'll have a lot of time to talk about that. But a lot of good overall, though. A lot of good. It felt good to be back here at the stadium. It was great weather. It rained a little bit in the second quarter, but otherwise, normally these things are very hot. Yeah. It was pretty It's nice out here right now. It's not bad. Yeah. It felt good to be back, though, right? It felt good to be back.
It was good to be back in the Palace. I think it was a good crowd. The student section actually came out.
Was into it.
Supported. Was excited. That was good.
There was some light boos after the first 3 and out. Light.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. They turned it around, but it was everyone in the whole stadium. Brent Venables even joked about it post game. Were you guys all tweeting about how bad the offense was after the first drive? Which I think everyone had the same thought of oh no, no.
Hold on, maybe all that didn't work. So that's that's an issue. But it looked good. Like you said,
Mateer just had a more prolific passing game than we saw at any point last year.
Exactly. Now, when you look at the first half stats, it was already better. Yeah, so it's man, this is good. This is good overall. Like you said, Torrey Blaylock looked good. He got banged up a little bit. That's kind of why he got pulled.
Shoulder, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't look like a freshman out there. He was running over guys a couple of times out there. So that was good for him. When Jay Knott got in there, it was like he had the one carry where the offensive line just didn't block anybody. It just once he got the ball, they were in his face, so he couldn't do anything with that. So we still haven't got to see what he can do yet, because then he also got a swing pass that Mateer just short armed and didn't get out there to him. So excited to see what he's going to do next week. Hopefully he's pretty healthy and can go. Want to see what got in the tank. So
and that's going to be one of the big questions of this week is are they going to just give Jay Knott the keys, or they honored the depth chart today. It was Barnes, and then it was Blaylock, and then until Blaylock went out, that was the only guys we saw. And they got some extra, but then Ott a little tiny bit late. Mm-hmm. Is that going to change next week, or is this going to be the same? Because Javonte Barnes had a hard time kind of getting anything really going there. So that's a big question, I think, of this week of was it just holding him back a week, or is this just the way it is? That's a major storyline, I think, that I'm sure we'll talk about, and I'm sure it's going to come up with Arbuckle and Venables on Tuesday, the press conference going into next Saturday. Going to be fun. Cannot wait. It felt really good to be back. Oklahoma wins it 35-3. Full coverage over on the website, oklahoma.247sports.com. On the YouTube channel, you can watch Brent Venables postgame along with Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, and a whole slew of other players from tonight's game. And we'll be back on Monday, the two of us with Tom Green, to pull this thing all the way apart and kind of really get into how we're feeling about this team after seeing them play for the first time. And are they ready to hang with a Michigan type of team next weekend? We'll get into all that on the podcast on Monday with Tom Green. That's it for now. For James E. Jackson, I'm Josh Callaway. Felt really good to be back. Signing off from Norman for now. We'll see you next weekend right back here, Oklahoma, Michigan. It's going to be crazy. Cannot wait next Saturday. We'll see you then right here on Sooners Illustrated.